In this lecture, we'll explore image cropping. We can use the crop overlay tool to crop and change the angle of an image. For this exercise, load image BMW005.jpg if you'd like to follow along. An easy way to find it is to click the BMW collection and then open the image from here. To get started, click the crop overlay tool to activate it. You'll see a number of options appear in your adjustments panel as soon as you've clicked it. For now, make sure the lock here is unlocked and that your angle is set to 0.00. We'll explore these settings in a moment. You'll notice on your image that a grid has appeared. The grid helps us use the cropping tool effectively. Let's start off by doing a basic crop and isolating only the car from the rest of the background. To do so, hold your left mouse button down and drag out a crop region. You'll notice that the image is now isolated in a crop box and the area that will be cropped out is dimmed behind it. We can readjust the size of the crop box by pulling each handle. At the moment, you'll notice that the crop region that we've drawn is quite flexible in terms of width and height. That's because we have not constrained the aspect ratio by clicking this lock here. I've clicked the lock, and let's say we want to constrain this to a specific print size. Click right over here, and a menu will appear. And we can go ahead and select any one of these. I'll go and select 5x7. And now you'll see that when I pull the crop handles, the aspect ratio is maintained. So this option works well if you want to print a specific size. If you'd like to redraw the crop region, you can click on the crop frame tool over here and redraw it. I'll go ahead and unlock this for a second. And as you can see, our crop area has been readjusted. If you'd like to reset the crop region you've drawn, simply click the reset button down here. We can also use the angle slider here to change the angle of an image. Let's go ahead and redraw our crop region. There's two ways to change the angle of this image. We can either use the angle slider over here. I'll just put that back to 0. Or position your cursor outside of the crop area, hold your left mouse button down, and drag the image up and down. Another tool we have here at our disposal is the straighten tool found here. To activate it, click on it. Also press the reset button just to remove the crop area and go back to our original image. The next thing we need to do, to straighten a specific object, it needs to be straightened in reference to another object. So for example, if we know that this truck is parked on a driveway at a 90-degree angle to this building, it's a good indication that that's a perfectly straight line. So let's go ahead and use this reference point to straighten our image out. Draw the line starting here and go up. So hold your left mouse button down and just drag up. And you'll notice that the image straightens out based on that reference point. I'll go ahead and reset that. As another example, I'll go ahead and select the straighten tool again. And I'll draw a line from the bottom of the front wheel to the rear wheel. Now it's straightened the image using that reference point. Now remember, to apply this change, you'll need to click the Done button. If you don't click the Done button, this crop will not be applied. So I'll go ahead and reset again. There's a checkbox here called Constrain to Image, and this checkbox is actually tied to the lens correction panel, which we'll be discussing a bit later. For now, just know that it ensures our crop area constrains to our entire image when we apply a lens distortion. As an example, I'll just scroll down to the lens correction area, and I'm going to create a bit of a distortion there. You'll notice when the distortion is created, there's a white background there behind the image. So if I click Constrain to Image, you'll see that the crop region fits neatly within the image area and cuts out any of that white area behind the image. Okay, and that's how we work with the crop adjustment panel and all the settings that pertain to it. If you'd like to keep the changes, click Done. If you'd like to reset the image back to its original, click Reset. I'll go ahead and click Reset. Now that we're finished with the crop tool, deactivate it by clicking on the crop tool icon again.